My name is Chris Powell. I'm a Christian contemporary artist, and that's what we go by as my name, Chris Powell. And I'm kind of new into it. I've been playing music for a long time, but I'm new into the Christian contemporary thing. I've always been a Christian. I grew up raised a Christian. My grandmother was a big influence on me in that. My parents weren't a high attendance in church, but I grew up. I started playing music when I was about 12 years old. I really enjoyed rock music, and I loved heavy rock when I was a teenager, and got a little bit older, started doing country music because we're out here in Nashville, and love this area, by the way. And but one day I was praying to God, and I said, Lord, what can I do for you? And he said, what do you love to do? Do that for me. And that's when I changed over to do contemporary. When I was really young, I mean, I just remember, especially on Friday afternoons, my dad getting off work, coming home and putting on records and just sitting there and constantly playing music, and just the love that he had for the music really rubbed off on me. I sat there with him while he listened for hours, and around the age of 12, I had a cousin who played guitar, and he introduced me to playing guitar, and that's when it all took off. I started performing when I was around 16, I guess, well, actually around 15, not really in public, but at family events. Around 16, I started doing nightclubs in a rock band, and my parents usually attended those because I was underage and they had to be there. But it was something. It was kind of crazy back then. I was back in the hair metal days, and I had the long hair and all that good stuff. But I played clubs around Nashville, not a whole lot, but mostly around Murfreesboro area. As I got older, I took a time where I really didn't play in bands a lot, because bands are so hard to keep together. And as I got older, some of the guys that I grew up with playing music, we just got together and said, hey, this new country stuff is a lot like rock, let's do it. And so we did, and we played a little bit around the Bedford County area, Murfreesboro, Columbia, things like that. Played a few bars. We did a lot of parties and things like that, and that was good. Getting a little bit of age on me, so the staying out to 2 o'clock in the morning was getting rough. So changing over to Christian contemporary music. My favorite place to play is usually not at church. I love to play at church. The nerves are a lot worse for me playing on Sunday mornings. I have no idea why, but playing at church events, I really enjoy doing those. The writing is something that I never really did before. It just came to me. Some mornings I'll wake up and I'll have a melody in my head. I'll quickly get up and record that. Sometimes that doesn't excuse me, can't speak. Sometimes that doesn't go well from my head onto the guitar, but if not, it usually runs into something different and something new. Sometimes I have an idea that I definitely want to write about, and I'll start writing the lyrics first. I tend to like to write about things that's either happened to me or things I've seen other people go through. Every song that I write is kind of like a child. It's kind of like a new kid being born for me. The latest one that I've written is always my favorite. One to perform, my favorite to perform is usually a song that's not necessarily mine, but one that the crowd is very familiar with. To look out in the crowd and to see people sing the words to the song, that's usually my favorite moment. Just to see the interaction of the crowd with the song that I'm singing. The genre that I do is contemporary Christian. I kind of call it Christian rock. It's not necessarily rock. It's a little bit of rock, pop / country. The country music you hear nowadays is very popish. It's very similar to that. I'm a guitarist, so of course it's very guitar oriented. I do have some songs that are just all piano, but I love the guitar, and I think I've been influenced in the Christian genre by Lincoln Brewster He's a big guitar guy, and he's got a great tone. Love that. I guess one way to describe me would be, the best way to describe me would be like a rock pop Christian artist. I think I'll feel successful when I write a song and someone comes to me with that song in mind and says, that song really touched my heart. It really touched my soul, or it changed my life. I've heard people say, you know, this song here changed my life, from other artists and things like that. And I really think that's the sole purpose of my music career, is to write things that connect with people. Yeah, right now, to hear my music, you can go to SoundCloud, you can go to Facebook. It's Chris Powell Music page on Facebook, ChrisPowellOnline.com, Reverb Nation, most all of your social networks, I'm on there. Yeah, you can go to my website or any of those social sites and listen to the single Something. It's not available for download at the moment. Something is an original song that I've written about how I felt early in my life, and that's actually the first line of the song, early in my life. But it tells the story of how I got the connection and the relationship with Jesus. That song there does mean a lot to me. It'll give you kind of an idea what the album's going to be like. The album, it should be released in June or July. It'll be on iTunes and all the other medias for download and purchase.